everybody. Happy holidays. Today is actually the day that this is going live is my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Just a little bit of self-plug there. So when you guys are watching this, I'm probably out at an ugly sweater party celebrating with my family because that's what we do every year for my birthday. But for you guys, I'm here today to do the 12 days of Christmas tag. This tag was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at this tag, but for somebody who has like a sieve brain where things just like fall out of my brain, this was really hard. Okay, I had to think really hard for a lot of these answers. So I'm glad I started thinking about this like at the beginning of the month and planning this out because it was a hard one for me to find the answers to. Just a heads up that these might not be my favorite of all time, but I don't really know what my favorite of all time is because my brain doesn't remember all of time. It's what I can remember. All right, so let's get into the tag. Day one is A Partridge in a Pear Tree. For that one, it's what's your favorite standalone book? This is How You Lose the Time War by el-mohtar. I know there's a second author there though. Let me go check. Check really quick. Why does Goodreads always take so long to load? Is that a me problem? It's also Max Gladstone. Okay. It had a resurgence in popularity this last year, but I read it a couple years ago, you know. Hipster in me. Really love that book. I thought it was beautiful. It's almost impossible to describe. It's essentially a love story and highly recommend it if you like almost a surrealist vibe. Like, it's just so beautiful. It's about two people on the opposite sides of a time war, and so they do a lot of time traveling, but the way they travel through time is so interesting, and they leave each other messages, and it's just beautiful. I highly recommend it. So day two is Two Turtle Doves. What's your fictional OTP/favorite ship? Well, my favorite fictional ship is not from books. My favorite is Raylo. I am a Raylo stan. Yeah, I guess I could say I really like Dane and Numair from the Immortals series by Tamora Pierce. I love them. And there's so many, but Raylo I think is my big stan. If we're gonna talk about like canon ships in novels, I'm gonna say Fair and Rhysand until like the final book. I think like once we get to, oh god, what is her sister's name? The like final book that's been out. I don't like Rhysand in that one. I don't like it. I don't like the like weirdo, I don't like the overprotectiveness. I don't like it. I liked him in like the second book, and the third book he got a little iffy, and then the fourth book I was like, okay man, you're pushing it. You're pushing it way past. But I also didn't really like Feyre once we got to like the third and fourth book, and especially that Christmas novella. I never want to read that again in my life. Disgusting. But I have a lot of OTPs. I love shipping fictional characters, but those are my like favorite canon ones. I have so many like favorite canon, non-canon ships. Like I'm a Zutara fan. I know that they're not going to change that in the live action, but you know, a girl can always hope. A girl can always hope. But I'm a big enemies to lovers villain romance fan, so a lot of my favorite ships are non-canon. Nobody ever gives us it, but yeah, I'm a Dark Lena for sure. All right, day three, Three French Hens. What's your favorite trilogy? So my favorite trilogy that I read this last year is His Fair Assassin by Robin Lefevers. This is a series about, I have such a hard time describing this. It's set in the war in the Brittany region, like back when Brittany was kind of its own thing before it became part of France. Cubby. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's just kind of a historical fiction set during that time period, and she takes a lot of liberties with characters, like real life characters. Oh my gosh, Cubby. Can we not do that right now? She takes a lot of liberties with real life characters, and it's essentially about a convent of warrior-ish nuns, and they have magical powers, and they use those magical powers to go serve death, essentially. And it's a trilogy, and I know that there's like a duology that comes after the trilogy. I haven't read it yet. They just made me return it to the library, so I'm hoping to read that in the next year. I think the duology is young adult. I don't know what this trilogy is considered, but I consider it at least new adult, if not adult fiction, but I really like it. There's a little bit of romance, but the romance is never like the main thing. It's always about these women who have to go out and do their missions and everything. I really like the series. I have such a hard time explaining it though, but yeah, like magical warrior nuns, but they're not really like warriors. They're more trained in like subterfuge, but they can kick ass too. So they got daggers and bracelets that turn into the things that they wrap around necks and stuff. It's good. I recommend it. Okay, so day 4 is 4 calling birds, which is your favorite fictional beast / creature. This one I had a hard time with. I just put werewolves. I also love unicorns, but like, when do they really utilize unicorns in fiction? Like outside of like The Last Unicorn? Are there any good books? Yeah, books with unicorns? I don't know. I like werewolves a lot, but I'm not picky about my fictional creatures. I just like fictional creatures, really. Werewolves, vampires, other things that are escaping my brain. Day 5, 5 golden rings. Show 5 golden books. Oh no, I didn't prep for this. I'm back. Cuddy left. Hopefully he's not gonna start yelling. Okay, so 5 golden books. I have my Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, literally a little golden book. I have a couple little golden books for Star Wars. I just kind of buy any Star Wars books I can get my hands on because I just want to have as many as I can have. But yeah, so Revenge of the Sith. I wanted to use that one. Look, you can just hear Duel of the Fates, can't you? Then I have the Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzon, and this one, not technically gold, but it looks gold to me. So then I've got the Golden Flame. This Golden Flame by Emily Victoria. I found this at Goodwill, I guess, and I just opened it, I think, for the first time, and it's got like a card in it with a note from the author. It doesn't feel like it's ever been opened, and it's got sprayed edges. It's so beautiful. I don't even know what this is. Something about an automaton army? I don't know. I'll have to actually read it. I got We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. I'm pretty sure the second book in the series would have counted too. They both have the gilded writing. It's beautiful. I love this book so much. Yep, there's my cat at the door. And then I've got Castles in Their Bones by Laura Sebastian, which another one that's not technically gold, but look at this and tell me it's not gilded. Like, this is a library book. I'm excited to read it. Yeah, so there's my 5 golden books. That was harder to do than I thought it was gonna be, okay? I do not have that many gilded books, apparently. Day 6 is 6 Geese A-Laying, Rotten Egg. What's your least favorite book? This is hard for me. Unless I like see the book, I don't remember books I hate, but I do remember 2 books I really hated this last year. Although I feel like I read Undertaking of Heart and Mercy last year. Now that I think about it, it just is always at the forefront of my mind. So The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon. I don't like it because it was such a disappointment, and it took me like 6 months to read this dang book. I did not like that book. Everybody had hyped it up so much. I was so ready to read it and love it, and I did not like that book at all. I didn't like it. Well, then I've got Wolf Gone Wild by Juliet Cross, which I do have a ranty video on this book. I'll link it down below. Hopefully I remember. Yeah, didn't like that book. Another disappointment because the premise was exactly what I would want. And that's why those are here and not the Katie Robert book I just read. These 2 books, they came to me and they were like, this is exactly what you want, right? And I was like, yes. And then they were like, but not. They let me down. 7 Swans of Swimming. Show a book with water on the cover. I am not ready for this. I am not ready. Does this have water? Yes. Here we go. The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman. Here we go. Easy. Look, there's water down there. I just knocked the book into the ether. I'll have to go and get that. But yeah, here's a book with water on the cover. I haven't read it yet. I read the Golden Compass series like forever ago, a long time ago, like probably in high school, and I'm still not recovered, and that was a long time ago. I don't know why I thought I would remember to do these things without making myself a note. A failure. Day 8 is 8 Maids a Milking. What fictional food do you wish you could taste? All pastries from Legends and Lattes, and all the pastries from Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is one I'm reading right now. I need those biscuits. I need them like yesterday, please. Thank you. Also, like anything in an anime, like everything they make in Howl's Moving Castle, I need those bacons. I need those eggs and bacon, please. 9 Ladies Dancing. Favorite dance between 2 characters. I cannot think of any dances, and when I was looking up people's responses to this tag, everybody was saying like Pride and Prejudice between Mr. Darcy and, why can I never remember people's names? Just the Pride and Prejudice dance. So I guess I'm gonna say that one. What is her name? Elizabeth? I'm so terrible with names. Of course I remember Mr. Darcy, but Elizabeth. I feel like I'm putting her name Elizabeth Swann in. I'm a true failure here, but Pride and Prejudice is on my list of books to read this next year. I have not read it, I've only watched the movie. I like wish I could remember this dance scene that I have in my brain from a book I read recently. And I was like scrolling through my recently read books and I just cannot figure out what the heck book I'm trying to think of here. Because I remember that they had a dance and it was a good dance. Even book was it though? I don't know. Day 10, 10 Lords a Leaping. Favorite book to movie adaptation? This is easy. Stardust by Neil Gaiman. I love how they changed the ending for the movie because the ending for the book is just kind of a little bit like sad for me. I'm not going to go into details why because I don't know if you've read the book or if you've seen the movie, but I love the movie Stardust and I do love the book. It's one of the only times where I prefer the movie version of the story to the book version for a couple reasons, but especially the ending. And then day 11, 11 Pipers Piping. Favorite book to movie adaptation soundtrack. I hate J.K. Rowling. I think she's a disgusting turf, but I have to admit the soundtrack for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone does slap. All right, unfortunately. So, okay, my battery didn't die. Ran out of storage. Where was I? Yeah, you gotta admit the soundtrack is good. It's good Christmas music, I guess. Day 12, 12 drummers drumming. It's the end of the song. What's your favorite book ending? This is hard for me because I love so many ways books end. If I'm thinking like a little bit recently, my favorite one is These Fleeting Shadows. I think it was perfect. I loved it. It was perfect. Perfect ending. Perfect book. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Insert that Lady Gaga clip, please.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. So that's my favorite book ending of recently. There's a lot, like so many books just end so well. I love them. I love them. And if they don't, well, then I don't love them. So I think that was all 12 questions. Yeah, that was all 12 days from the song. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Let me know in the comments what your favorite reads of the year or what your just overall favorite reads are. Or do you have a favorite trilogy? Have you read the Morgan Le Fevers? Is that what her freaking name is? Oh my goodness. I am the worst. Robin. Have you read the Robin Le Fevers series? His Fair Assassin, because I do not ever hear anybody talking about it. Yeah, let me know down below. I hope you're having a good holiday season. I'm gonna get back to my holiday because it kicks off tomorrow and I'm very excited. I'm super excited. My calendar is really full and I'll be recording for a vlog, so please look forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!